Welcome to the DoubleACS Daily News for April 7th, 2016. Area leaders and residents are coming together to address an increase in suicides within Bristol County. The Bristol County Coalition for Suicide Prevention recently held their first meeting at City Hall. We spoke with leader and director Anne-Marie Matulis about why the coalition is needed.
I'm the director of the Bristol County Regional Coalition for Suicide Prevention. The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has 10 regional coalitions that cover the entire state, specific to suicide prevention. In Bristol County, we have 20 communities, including the city of Attleboro. One of the things we've been trying to do over the last few years, because we have had a high rate of suicide within the county, is to establish local coalitions.
Anne-Marie had come to the Self-Sufficiency Center meetings that we have at the beginning of every single month, and she was talking and presenting about her work and about statistics in Bristol County, and it kind of struck me at that time, and she was, advocating for something to get started in the greater Attleboro area.
8 years ago, we set up a coalition in Taunton. 4 years ago, the Greater New Bedford Suicide Prevention Coalition was founded. About 6 months ago, the Fall River New Coalition for Suicide Prevention was founded. And today, I'm here with Jackie O'Brien because we're holding our first open session for the community, the greater Attleboro community, to bring together and bring to the table people who could be helpful, people who could be resources, people who have been impacted by suicide.
Back again this last January, and some of the statistics that she was presenting just showed an increase in the number of suicides here in Bristol County, and it was very concerning to me because really suicide prevention is a public health issue, and with the current opiate problem that we have throughout the country, not just here in Massachusetts, it just piqued my interest even more in wanting to tackle this issue to, again, educate the public. This is where public health is very powerful, and helping to get the message out to people and seeing what we can do to keep people's hope going and also to prevent bad things from happening.
The first organization for suicide prevention that was founded was the American Association of Suicidology. That was 49 years ago, before most people were even talking about suicide, let alone suicide prevention. And some of the research that Dr. Julie Sorrell just completed this past summer was that there used to be the old adage that for every suicide death, 6 people were impacted. The number is closer to 115 to 120. So in Bristol County alone, that means in 2015, we had 66 suicides. That means more than 7,000 people have been impacted by that suicide loss. Now, there's the inner group, the immediate family, and then the secondary family as you stretch out the aunts and the uncles, but then it ripples out. The mailman, the kid who bagged the groceries, your bank teller. As people learn about that suicide, they are traumatized at one level or another. Some less than others, but it typically sticks with someone for the rest of their life.
Today's 2 open sessions, we have this one this morning, and then we have one at La Salette this evening. And again, those are just to inform people. On April 13th, we're having community conversation. That's really going to be our first step forward. And then again, from there, depending on how many people come, the interest expressed by people, what we're hearing from people, because again, it's not just us presenting to people, it's what we're hearing back from the general public too, is going to help us identify what we need to do in our plan moving forward.
The most common thing we hear from a family or someone who's been impacted by suicide, never saw it coming. Most people don't, because one of our major jobs is to educate the general public. Everybody says, well, I don't need to know that. Suicide is everybody's business. The signs and symptoms are going to look very similar to substance abuse, withdrawing from life, kids, if it's a youth, kids' grades going up or down, it will be to the extremes. And it could take time for that extreme to come. Behavioral changes, depression might precede a suicide attempt. But I need to clarify that not everybody who is depressed even considers suicide. And suicidal thinking doesn't mean that that is going to translate into a suicide. So there are a lot of signs and symptoms. There's a lot of things people can do. I think the most important thing is to where are your resources.
That's it for today's update. For DoubleACS News, I'm Austin Ricketts.